This itself has given us enormous power. All our research, all our achievements, all human endeavors have been because of improving ekagrata. Swami Vivekananda said, education is concentration. Sages said there is one more level of processing the mind, that is called dharana. In Chanchalata, multiple topics, multiple thoughts. Whereas in Ekagrata, topic is the same, but thoughts are different. Rama went to forest with Sita. Rama thought is different from forest, different from Sita, different from Ravana, different from Dasharatha, but all related to Ramayana. This is Ekagrata. Apple fell down from the tree to the ground. Newton had to discover why. So what was he doing? He was doing ekagrata. Oh, apple, downward force, sideward force, eastward force, upward force. Why not? Why is it not going up? Or why is it not staying there? Why is it not moving this way, that way? All multiple related thoughts on a single topic. He wouldn't sleep for days on end. This is the absent-minded professor's capacity to dwell on a topic for days on end. But same topic, multiple thoughts, alternatives, analysis, 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 analysis. And finally the flash came. So this is the grandeur of ekagrata. Sages said there is a grander state, higher state. What is that? That is called dharana, where it's not multiple thoughts, but it is a single thought on a single topic. So training for that is Trataka training, where we give you the lamp and ask you to focus on a single point on the center of the wick of the lamp and no other thoughts. Desha bandhaha chittasya dharanam. I think you practiced this morning when Hemant asked you to focus intensely on the Om picture. He put the picture on, I suppose, and asked you to fix your mind on that. No thoughts about Om. Om is a grand sound. Om is a spiritually oriented sound. Om is a representative of the universal consciousness. Om gives you Ananda. No, none of those thoughts. You have fixed your mind on the picture of Om. Desha bandhaha chittasya dharanam. The best example for that is given in this story. Arjuna, the Pandavas and Kauravas were being trained by Dronacharya in archery. The day of the test came. What was the test? They have to hit at the center of the pupil of the eye of the bird, which is kept at a distance on the tree. Duryodhana comes. He is ready to hit. Drona asks, "Hey, what are you seeing?" "Sir, I am seeing the tree, I am seeing the bird, I am seeing the eye." "Get lost, you can't hit." Then Dharmaraya comes. "What are you seeing?" "I can see the bird, sir, I can see the eye, sir." "Get lost, you cannot hit." Arjuna comes. "What are you seeing?" "Sir, I can't see anything other than the center of the pupil of the bird." His mind is fixed there. This is what our cricket players tell. Somebody was interviewing some of the very top cricketers, and then they asked him, "How could you be the topmost? How could you be such a path breaker in this?" He says, "When I am playing, I see nothing but my ball, and I don't see anything else. I don't see the audience, I don't hear the sound of the audience. It's me and my ball, and my mind is fixed on that." And very interestingly, his focusing, dharana, has become so big. He also said, which was very, very interesting when we understand the next point, that he says, "My ball is not of this size, not of the cricket ball size. My mind is so fixed that I see my ball of this size." That means expansion also has happened. He has gone into dhyana, sarana to dhyana, expansion. So it's so easy for me to hit because my ball is this size. From his mind point of view, he can't see anything other than that. This is the power of the mind which takes us to greater heights. But it is a very, very challenging, strenuous and difficult practice. If we overdo it, it could give you headaches, it could give you eye pain. Therefore, this is only the starting point. We are not yet talking about dhyana, it's still dharana. So, next point is dhyana, where moving on from this focusing, we have to move on to the next state called dhyana. What is dhyana? The word meditation in English language, if you go to Oxford Dictionary, it is equal to concentration, ekagrata. Whereas here we have 5 steps in this. Even pratyahara, there are some people who use for dharana. Pratyahara, then ekagrata, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. All these are the Samskrita or technical methodologies of handling the mind when you use the word meditation, English word. So that's why there are hundreds of types of meditation. Each person uses, maybe somebody uses pratyahara type of meditation, somebody dharana type of meditation, somebody dhyana type of meditation, siddha samadhi yoga, people use samadhi type of meditation. Hats off to Mahesh Yogi, who straight away put people into direct dhyana through his very beautiful way of introducing the dhyana technique in TM, which helped them to show all the results that we are seeing. So, dhyana. What is the difference between dharana and dhyana? In dharana we said desha bandha. Mind is fixed to a space, it is a single word or a single thought. Now, it's a single thought only, but it is not fixed to this space. It has become diffuse, expanded, slow down. 2 processes that happen when we move from dharana to dhyana is expansion and slowing down. Expansion and slowing down of the same thought. So what did you do? You started picking your mind on your om, no other thought. Then what did you start doing? You gave up the picture and slowly start getting stuck to om, chanting in your mind. When you start chanting om in your mind, what started happening? It started becoming slower and slower and slower and slower. Om. Then what should happen to the picture if you still want to hang on to the picture? Like this man's ball, cricket ball. It should become say big om, huge om, occupying this entire hall, out of the hall into the space. I had one patient, I talked about him at the end. Huge om, huge picture. We use this in our mind imagery technique to help him to move from dharana to dhyana. 2 processes. Look at these processes. Our neurologists and scientists and physiologists should do research on this. What exactly we mean by expansion and slowing down. If this can be deciphered, then we have done real research on meditation. Okay, so those are all the things. So the way is, I am going to Om Japa or any Japa, meaningful Japa, meaningless Japa. TM people use meaningless Japa, that's why it's called Bhava Tita Dhyana. Hare Krishna people use Krishna Japa. You have seen Krishna, Hare Krishna, you can immediately recognize Hare Krishna people because they always carry this Japamala. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, throughout the day. Japa, Japa, Japa. Mind, focus, defocus, focus, defocus. And helps you to slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. So, conscious, voluntary thoughts to replace the involuntary thought processes that are going on in my mind is to have a japa which keeps on repeating throughout the day and helps us to move into that state of slowing down or speeding up when required. So I slow down and set into total silence, and if required, you can speed up also. I can jump into anger, I can jump into fear, I can jump into speeded up activity when required. But when not required, I can slow down and switch off. This is what I kept telling our stress management people. What is your problem? Corporate people, lot of jumping, speeding. So you are traveling in the car, you sit down and look at the speed of your thoughts. Slow down, switch off and sit there, relax, silence, 5 minutes, then get on with your work. So this is the way we should learn to be a master of the rate of flow of sentences in the mind, and that is what is dhyana. So translation for dharana could be focus, translation for meditation could be defocus, and then go on to the next stage, which is samadhi, where we jump and dive into zero state of thoughts or become absorbed in the thought. So what happened now? Om picture, fix your mind, dharana. Then Om became a sound. Only sound, easy to expand and diffuse. Slowly you are enjoying the thought of Om. So nice, no other thoughts in my mind. You are consciously checking. The eye behind the observer is checking whether the mind is getting disturbed or not, whether it is pulling me into other thoughts or not. Continuous observer, enjoyer, and the chanting. Observer, observing process, and the observed going on beautifully well. Then suddenly something happened. Then after some time you came back. Said, wow, I had a wonderful experience. What happened? I had become Om, you will say. What is that? That is samadhi. So observer, process of observing, and the observed became merged, and so there was nobody to report that I have merged. Therefore, it is something like sleep. We'll come out of sleep. Wow, today I had a wonderful sleep. Can anyone say, I am having a wonderful sleep? If I can say I am having a wonderful sleep, it's not sleep. Similarly, samadhi is a state where there is no reporter of the type that we are all familiar with, but there is this universal consciousness itself, which is the knower itself. So it continuously is there as a background shruti, which can report to you when you come back, and that is the samadhi. And if you can touch those states of samadhi, even for fractions of a second, svalpamapyasya trayate mahato bhayat. Big diseases can get cured if we can push our participant into that state of deep dissolution. And dissolution, if there is a sickness, starting from the point of pain. Give a very quick example. A cancer patient. He will start with focusing on his NK cells, natural killer cells, which are the ones which have to become strong, fit, and then start attacking all the abnormal cells, dissolve it. So NK cell, my fighter cell, happy cell, enjoying cell, beautiful soldier, goes on and on and on and on and on. NK cell, and then he forgot. He came out, his cancer cells are all getting dissolved. So if NK cells have become 100% efficient, he has to go into samadhi state, starting with the meditation on NK cells. So this is therapy. Right, therefore we are entering into a new world through this samadhi, the jump. So the samadhi is the way to bliss and helps us to go into unparalleled bliss. So what is the summary? Therapy for mind-body diseases is meditation. So what is meditation? Is to be established in these three words, very important. Awareness is important. Knowledge that I am made of that stuff called universal consciousness. I am a part, and to put it in simple person's language, I am a small piece of this universe. The entire universe is made of some material, and I am also a piece of that material. What is that material? It's not like the particle material of the energy world. This physical world is made of particles. What particles? Atoms, neutrons, protons, etc. And then finally the quantum energy pockets. So this table has to realize that I am made of quantum pockets. Then it's a realized table. That's what we are all. We are able to say that. Therefore, there is one more thing that is there which is not there in this table. That is the awareness, the consciousness, the knower who can report to me, recognize to me, and tell me that I can do that, and also live that, express that. So a person who knows awareness that I am made of the same stuff called the universe, self, and he is and recognizes that that is nothing but Ananda. So aware that I am made of Ananda, which the entire universe is made of Sat, Chit, Ananda. Every day we chant in our stotrams, no? Sachidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. All of us know this mantra. I am that Sat, Chit, Ananda. Existence, consciousness, bliss. But who is a person who has really lived that? How do we know him? As a Buddha or a Shankara or a master who can show it only in the form of universal love. Nothing other than universal love is the manifestation of such a person who is established in that meditative state called Satchidananda Sthiti. Time is there, no? Another 15 minutes. Okay, I want to give you 4 examples, after which Hemant will give you the so-called research data which you are all looking for. I will give you case examples of this concept, how we have applied this, and then actual data accumulated through randomized control trials he will be presenting. I had a patient who came to me with claustrophobia. He had several times got into the aircraft and requested the air people, no, please open the door, I cannot sit in this airplane, I have to get out. That was the level of claustrophobia he had. As soon as the doors were closed, he would somehow make himself accept to get into the aircraft. But as soon as the doors are closed and the authorities are about to say that the doors are closed, immediately you get so panicky, and there were days when he had asked them to get him out of the aircraft. That was the level of claustrophobia that he had. He comes to Prashanti, even last month he was here, this is story of 20 years back. He comes to Prashanti Kutiram and we taught him this cyclic meditation, which is again salutation to Sage Gaudapada, based on which we have developed this program called cyclic meditation, in which we teach them, we use body for meditation, we use asanas for meditation. So he understood this concept. Stimulus, stretch, body movement, stretch, stimulate, focus the mind on the part, dharana on the part, and then slow down, switch off. Stretch, focus, defocus. Focus, defocus. Focus, defocus. He understood this concept while doing the practice in the class. And one day, we have a big campus, 100-acre campus, many of you have come there, and earlier days, buildings were much less, and there was a big walking path where the eucalyptus trees were closing up like a cave. If you walk into the path, it was like totally closed, cave-like feeling, and you would enjoy walking through the cave-like eucalyptus path and come out. This was the beauty that we all would enjoy. But this man used this concept of meditation to get over his claustrophobia. What he would do, he would start, nobody is watching me. So he would walk. As he entered about 10 feet, 115, 20 feet, his claustrophobia would start because it's closing up, no? Cave-like experience, no? There is nobody else around. So he would start feeling, hey, What's happening to my heart? Anxiety, anxiety, anxiety. So he would walk back. Come back. Hoppa. Expansion. Relax. Then he would walk again. Whole mind is closing up. Focusing, focusing, focusing. Oh, fear, fear, fear. Speed, speed, speed. Constriction. Then he would walk back. Expansion, slowing down. Focus, defocus. Focus, defocus. He has experimented this. And I didn't know that he was doing this. One day I was walking there, he came running. Didi, Didi, I came out. I walked out. What, you walked out? See, I was doing this experiment, and today, I could stretch deeper, deeper, deeper into the cave. And I came out from the other end, Didi. It was so nice. I have achieved it. I have done it. I have done it. This is the experiment using the concept of focus, defocus. He was able to help himself to come out of his claustrophobia, and from then on he has never been having any problem with air travel. Of course, his wife lives in Kolkata, he lives in Guwahati, so almost every weekend he had to travel in the air, no problem at all. This is a beautiful example of how a psychological problem could be overcome. Another example, a case of hypertension. One day it happened, a hypertensive patient, he used to be having BP around 180, 100, 160, 100, going on and on. His doctor had referred him to us, and he said, see, I'm going on increasing your medication. I don't want to increase it anymore. You go to Prashanti. If that also doesn't work, then I'll find something else. I may have to put you on upcoming. So he came there, and then one day suddenly my therapist came running to me and told me, ma'am, please see this patient. Why I have taught them as a therapist, if a hypertensive who is persistently on high BP suddenly drops down his blood pressure, it may be a case of heart attack, please contact the senior doctor. So the therapist came running after checking the BP. Madam, today BP is 120/80. I've checked it 3 times. So okay, since the afternoon it's persistently 120/80. I want you to observe, check this patient. Of course, with my medical knowledge, I checked everything, asked him whether I have taken more medicine, what has happened, did the ECG also, everything was clear. And luckily for me, this thought came to me and I asked him, what do you think is the reason why your blood pressure came down? If I had not asked, he was so quiet that he wouldn't even have reported. Said, ma'am, this morning, meditation, madam, I love that. 5:30 in the morning, I enjoy, that's the best practice that I do in this campus. I am there at the right time. This time I have given a very good teacher who was on telling the lesson instructions very nicely. So today something happened, madam. I was focusing and concentrating, defocusing, and suddenly when I opened my eyes, there was nobody in the hall. I said, maybe you had slept off because early morning, nice voice, quiet place, cool air. You would have slept off early morning, no? He says, no, ma'am. Definitely it was no, I did not sleep. It is his statement. He says, I had become home. I had become home. What is that? Samadhi. So he has experienced Samadhi as a simple therapy participant within that short period of half an hour, and that has reduced his blood pressure. And ma'am, it was wonderful experience. I enjoyed it like anything. I was so great. The whole body was reverberating with Omkara. जब मैंने आंखें ओपन किया, पूरा प्रार्थना मंदिर गूंज रहा था. मैं बाहर आया, पूरा प्रशांति गूंज रहा है. अब तक वैसा ही है मेरा एक्सपीरियंस. बहुत आनंद में हूँ मैम टुडे. Could that have reduced my blood pressure? Why not? Swalpamapyasya trayate mahato bhaya. That is the grandeur of how we can help our participants to reach that state where all the internal imbalances about which we are talking about, be it endocrinal imbalance or neurohumoral imbalance or the dosha imbalance, guna imbalance, everything gets corrected. Everything gets corrected if you can push ourselves into that state. Third example. We had a patient who had multiple myeloma. He was, whenever he used to enter, he was very close family friend of ours. BNG knows about him also. Whenever we used to enter his house would be always reverberating with MSRT sound. He would put it on. We had taught him how to do mind sound resonance technique. We are using Akara, Ukara, Makara, Omkara. We go into deep meditative state and work on himself. And those days in 1970s, he survived for 14 years and left his body voluntarily after all his responsibilities were over. Absolutely fearless way with which he used to help himself to handle his multiple myeloma. So that resonance of he was invigorating his NK cells. He was stimulating his white blood cells to scavenge away the abnormal cells, and he would be managing himself very well. Even recently, one of our senior persons also was using this MSRT. Not only MSRT, the other senior person who was handling his cancer with a very, very positive way was doing this Mano Buddhi Ahamkara throughout the day. Mano Buddhi Ahamkara Chittani Naham Naja Shrotra Jive Naja Grana Netre. I am not this body, I am not this pain, I am not this suffering, I am not this cancer, I am not this lack of appetite, I am that Sachidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham was the state in which he was handling himself throughout the day. If somebody came, he would prem se, he would interact with them and then immediately get into Sachidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Then coming to Vipassana, our madam's state, I'll give you a non-disease state girl who was a Vipassana meditator. Of course, she was our therapist. She is our therapist. But one day she came to drop me in my clinic, and then she asked me, Madam, do you have 2 minutes time? I want to talk to you. What's the matter? Come inside and sit. Then she said, see, I get lot of body aches. I have little sleep problems, but no big problem. But I want to get rid of this also because I am myself a therapist. Can you help me? Then I asked her, do you do any type of sadhana for yourself? And to my surprise, she was such a deep Vipassana meditator. She has done some 10 such courses, advanced courses, and throughout the day she is doing Vipassana, Vipassana, Vipassana. What is Vipassana? Starts with Anapana. Ekagrata and inhalation and exhalation. And slowly, slowly when they do that, their mind becomes so much focused in this area. But to the extent that the instruction goes, you feel the touch of the air on the tip of the lips. What is that? Dharana. So they teach them to dharana and then move on to feel the sensations all over the body. All over the body. Go on observing with neutrally, unattached way. Observe the whole body. Again, this lady, she has been doing Vipassana for a long time. For many, many years. And she is very happy woman, nice family, takes care of her family, want to become a therapist because the children are settled and therefore came to our course. Then to this lady, I asked her how many hours you meditate, what do you do, what happens when you are observing the sensations, etc. Then she went on explaining nicely, and her mind is so beautifully stuck onto this observation of the whole body, circulation. In our pranic language, it's circulation of prana, awareness of the prana, and she is doing it. And to her, I explained, see, in Vipassana, how many of you have done Vipassana course? Many of you have done. What happens on the last day? I was done 2-3 Vipassana programs. Last day, Nitta Bhava. Nitta Bhava day, everybody is extremely joyful. And what is the instruction in Mitta Bhava? They say whatever goodness you have accumulated, you have to diffuse into the humanity. Sarve Bhavantu is the Samskrita for that. They put it in their own language. Mitta Bhava, Maitri Bhava, diffuse this energy to the universe. That is a very happy day. So I just told her, See what happens on that Mitabhava day. You must do that even while you are doing your meditation. And I explained this. She has already not studying this our classes. See, what you are happening to you is ekagrata to dharana. You have moved on, but you have to move on to dhyana. Where is your dharana? It is to this desha. Desha bandhaha chittasya dharanam. So beautifully you have trained yourself to come to beautiful dharana, which is a very tough program, but you have achieved that. But you have to move on to slowing down, expansion and diffuse that. I am explaining that and this girl says, ma'am, got it, it's happening to me now, it's expanding. Yeah, I can understand. It's happening, horai. Can you believe? Next day morning, she calls me and says, madam, I had the best sleep last night. I see her after 15 days. All her pains are gone, all her dark rings around the eyes are gone. So that is the process of moving on from ekagrata type of meditation to dharana type of meditation to dhyana to meditation and merging in the universal consciousness or the topic of meditation in samadhi. And samadhi is only the beginning and not the end, and it leads you into deeper and deeper states of samadhi, where Ananda Smita Samadhi, where even that observer who was merging in becoming the Om or becoming the Denkesel or becoming the topic of meditation also dissolves, and you dissolve in that universal consciousness. That is the 8th state of samadhi that Patanjali describes about. Let me stop here. Thank you very much.